Crossroads Prep Trailblazers. We're so excited to see that you've tuned in to all our families and students. My name is Kirsten Brown-Persley, and I'm the principal of Crossroads Prep. We have some exciting announcements. We're going to go right out the gate with some great news. This past weekend was the math relays that Prep KC put on. Prep KC is a local nonprofit in the education space, and they work with schools across the metro, and they're a partner of ours. And they put on math relays where students were put to the test in terms of their math skills. And we had so many of our scholars show up and show out during that event. We are just so excited for them. We had so many scholars who woke up early on a Saturday, came to school, and were socially distanced and were working virtually to compete on math skills. And so I'm going to recognize some of our students who placed during this event, and also just shout out all the students who participated in this event. Even if you didn't place, you did CPA proud, and we're grateful for you showcasing all of your math smarts this weekend. So we had Cheyenne, Peyton, and Asa. They won third place in their team event. Anaya, Jada, and Boston won fourth place in their team event. Frida won third place overall in the individual competition, which, by the way, is one of the most difficult events that the relay had. Asa won third place in his number sense event. Alicia won third place in her number sense event. Jada won third place in her data event. Boston won first place in his algebra event, second place in his data event, and first place for his grade level overall. He even won a cash prize for this. So, I just want to name there were over 200 participants from schools all over the KC area that participated in this year's math relay event. Huge, huge, huge shout out and thank you to all the students who showed up and participated in this. And also a special thank you to our teachers who helped. Miss Fitzgerald, Miss Moriarty did such a good job organizing this and making sure we had this event that was put on in a safe way at our school building. Mr. Washington also helping with this, and Miss Pfeiffer helping as well with the recruitment of students. Thank you all for your contribution. CPA is doing big things, and it is because of our community that is true. So we're so grateful. All right, I have another update. Re-enrollment is coming up. The re-enrollment process has already started. Shout out and big thank you to everyone who's already completed their re-enrollment application. So the deadline for re-enrollment is on the 22nd of February. It's coming up very soon, and it's really important that you do complete the re-enrollment process because that is how we're able to keep a seat held for you for next school year. If you do not submit your re-enrollment application by the deadline, you lose your seat and it goes to someone who's on the waiting list who's not already a part of Crossroads. And we would hate to lose you and want to make sure you get that spot reserved. Seems our waiting list grows year by year, and we don't want you to lose out on the opportunity to have that spot reserved. So it's so important that you get that completed as soon as possible. You can email Miss Nina Ward or anyone at CPA. We can get you in contact with the right person if you contact us to help you with that, if you have any questions or concerns related to re-enrollment. Another update I want to make clear is around our late and missing assignment policy for virtual learning specifically for this school year. In an effort to prepare students for the reality of consequences of missed deadlines, we have a revised school-wide late and missing assignments policy. All grades will be updated weekly in Jump Rope by 4 p.m. on Fridays. Any work that is not turned in by 7 a.m. on Friday is considered late, and it may not be graded by 4 p.m. Teachers will have 2 weeks to grade work that is late. So teachers are getting a lot of assignments. We have to grade them, got to put them in the system so that it can show up for you to see, especially when we send out those weekly reports. If work is turned in on Friday, it's really hard for us to grade all the work that was already submitted in the week, and in addition to all the brand new assignments being turned in on Friday, so that we can get the data accurate for you. So we do have that 7 a.m. dead cutoff on Fridays for work submission, so we have plenty of time to get you the most accurate data possible. What's also really important is for your scholar to ensure that he or she is keeping up with how work is being submitted. So work should not be submitted late, because it's not going to be reflected on that week's report that's sent out to families. Also, students sometimes, what we oftentimes see is once students start turning in work late, it becomes a habit, and they're playing catch up for the rest of the semester, trying to keep on pace with work assignments that have been missing. So it's so critical to stay on time with the submission of work. All work will be accepted until the end of the semester, but after that semester, no work will be, after the end of the semester, no work will be accepted. And so what we really want to avoid is a situation we saw last semester where some students called it really close to getting work submitted on time by the end of the semester because they did not stay on pace with submitting work as soon as it was assigned before that deadline for the week. So stay on your work and getting it submitted on time. I have another update, and this update is around math specifically. So another piece about math. In 8th grade, there's an option for students to take Algebra 1. And so if students are in 9th grade or above, in 8th grade or above this school year, if they took Algebra 1 at CPA in 8th grade, and they have a C or above, so if they took Algebra 1 in 8th grade and they have a C or above, it will be a pass-fail grade on their official high school transcript. So that still goes, because Algebra 1 is a high school course, it still goes on their transcript, but it's not as a letter grade, it's as a pass-fail for those students. And it only goes on their transcript if they got a C or above. So if you are in 8th grade and took Algebra 1 at any point in CPA's history, and you pass that class with a C or greater, then you get high school credit for that. So that's what that means. The headline is you get high school credit, and it'll be as a pass. You won't have a letter grade, but it will say that you have earned that credit. So starting next school year, however, students need a C or above in order to get high school credit. And so this grade will go on transcripts, and it will impact GPA. So here's the difference. For current 8th graders and who are taking Algebra 1, and everyone who's in 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th grade who's taken Algebra 1 at CPA, if you have in Algebra 1 in 8th grade, if you got a C or above, you got high school credit for that, which is so exciting. But that won't show up on your transcript as a letter grade. It'll just show up as pass-fail. Starting next year, so this will impact the current 7th graders. If you choose to take Algebra 1 in 8th grade, and if you get a C or above, that will show up as a letter grade. So it will no longer be pass-fail, but it will be a letter grade moving forward for high school credit, as long as you have a C or above. If you have any questions, please email me or anyone on the Crossroads team, and we can provide clarification and more insight around that. Thank you all so much for tuning in this week, and we have a few more announcements for you. Have a beautiful day.
Hi CPA students and families, welcome to this week's edition of announcements from the administrative team. I just have a few updates that I want to share with you all in regards to sports, National Junior Honor Society, AB Honor Roll for the middle school, and the Dean's List for the high school. So we can begin with discussing sports. We have an exciting event coming up on February the 15th. It will be our final basketball game of the season, and it will also serve as senior night, where we will celebrate our senior athletes this season. The location will be at the Hy-Vee Arena. The time that the box office opens up is at 4 p.m. and it will be a $3 admission fee. So once again, we will have our final game as well as senior night on February the 15th at the Hy-Vee Arena. Um, the next thing that I want to discuss is spring sports. Currently, we are offering middle school volleyball. As discussed earlier or mentioned previously, our middle school season has been condensed down due to the pandemic. And our league director has decided not to move forward with any games. However, we still want to offer our scholars just the opportunity to engage in extracurricular activities, and therefore we will just have a skill-based training. And so if your student is interested in middle school volleyball, please reach out to Mr. Boykin. He will be coaching this season. Official practices will begin this week, February the 3rd. If your student is participating in a sport, either basketball and in the basketball season or currently training with volleyball, please ensure that your scholars are completing those daily self-screeners before the start of practice. If students do not complete the screeners well in advance before practice, they are not eligible to practice that day. So it is super critical that those screeners are complete. The next thing I want to discuss is track and field. This will begin for both the middle school and the high school after spring break. So if your students are interested in that sport, just let them know that it will be after spring break, and we're excited to see who all comes out. The next thing I want to talk about is soccer. Soccer will begin in early March for girls at the middle school level and for girls also at the high school level. We are in the process of trying to build out a soccer team for our middle school boys as well. So we've placed signups in Crew. So if your students are interested in playing middle school boys soccer, please encourage them to do so. It would just be a season of training and skill building as we really, really want to build out and strengthen our athletics department and program. We know that it's like super critical to start with building that foundational team at the middle school level. So please encourage your students to sign up for middle school boys soccer. The next thing that I want to talk about is National Junior Honor Society. So we had a lot of applications, super excited for all of the students who apply. Applications, that window for applying has officially closed, and we are looking at inducting 15 students this year. So that's really, really exciting. Our official ceremony will be March 5th at 6 o'clock, and we will be inducting students in the Central Street Gym. We will have a mandatory rehearsal on February the 22nd at 4 p.m. at the Central Street Gym. We do have quite a few meetings for National Junior Honor Society, new inductees and current members prior to the ceremony. I just want to say I don't want anyone to get confused with all these dates. They are, all of the dates are posted on Flyer Connect in our family-facing calendar, as well as I will send out an email confirmation to all of parents and students who will be inducted, and that is coming this week. So stay tuned. Don't worry about all of the dates and all of the meetings. You will get an email confirmation. So I'm super, super excited about National Junior Honor Society. I look forward to it every year. It's one of my favorite times just to really celebrate students. The last thing that I want to talk about is AB Honor Roll at the middle school level and Dean's List at the high school level. So as you all know, grades have been finalized, and we have this list of kids who made the AB Honor Roll at the middle school and the Dean's List at the high school. I will say that it's a very extensive list, and so we are in the process of making certificates and then looking up all the student addresses so that we can actually physically get these certificates sent out in the mail. So please have a little bit of patience with us as we get this process going. It may take just a little bit, but I expect to have all student certificates out within the next 2 weeks at the latest. Other than that, I do not have any more announcements. I'm just looking forward to spring. I'm looking forward to all the exciting things that we have to plan and look forward as we start to slowly bring the school year to a close. If you have any questions regarding anything National Junior Honor Society, sports, or your Dean's List or AV Honor Roll, you can always email me at fharper@crossroadsschoolskc.org. Thank you, and I will see you all in 2 weeks.
Hello, CPA high school students and families. My name is Elise Smith. I am the high school vice principal. So the next few announcements that I make are for our high school students only. So the first announcement is that we do have a new website for internship and scholarship opportunities that has been created by Miss Rachel Foster. She emailed it out to all CPA high school families and students last week, and it will be in the Wednesday update. So be on the lookout for that for great internship and scholarship opportunities. Another announcement, it is crucial to attend Crew daily Monday through Thursday from 11:05 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. This is where a lot of important school-wide announcements are made, so make sure that all students are attending Crew daily. The next few announcements are about an exciting opportunity for a free ACT prep class that is online. So we have accounts for students with On to College, a free ACT prep class that's all online. The accounts have been emailed out to all juniors. So juniors, check your email account for that account information. You can just log in and work at your own pace. Seniors are already signed up from last year, so you should be good to go. Any other high school grade levels that are interested can email Miss Fitzgerald. Her email is mfitzgerald@crossroadsschoolskc.org to get an account, and we can easily set you up, and you can just work through this ACT prep at your own pace. Also, if you're working through this ACT prep and you're finding that you have questions for your teachers, our teachers have graciously offered to do ACT classes on Fridays. So from 7:49 to 8:35 on Fridays, Ms. Fitzgerald leads a math ACT prep class. From 8:39 to 9:25, Ms. Moriarty leads another math ACT prep class. From 10:19 to 11:05, Ms. Cluthe leads a science ACT prep. And then if you are needing ACT prep for English, Mr. Schlicht just has requested that you send him an email if you would like some help, and he will set up a time during one of his office hours. So that is another great free ACT prep opportunity to take advantage of. The next announcement is about a really important and great opportunity for scholarships for our students. So Casey Scholars is offering 2 types of college scholarships for 9th and 11th grade students that live in Kansas City. This is a great way to earn money for college. I strongly urge all 9th and 11th graders to take advantage. So the 9th grade scholarship is a college saving match scholarship. So basically they match 1-to-1 on your college savings, not to exceed $1,000. It requires that students, the 9th grade students, have a 2.5 GPA and a modest family income to apply. The 11th grade scholarship is their traditional scholarship. This is for all 11th grade students in the Kansas City area planning to attend college full-time. You can get up to $10,000 paid directly to colleges and renewable for 5 years. There's a 2.5 GPA requirement and a modest family income to apply. The application is due February 26th, coming up. For questions or to apply, you can go to kcscholars.org, or you can call 816-581-5700. You can also contact Mrs. Troutner for any questions that you have about this scholarship opportunity. Thank you all.